All right, everybody, welcome back, and we're getting right on into it. I'm Thrifty Senpai, joined here by LCAD, getting his
What
first
up?
cast in the booth.
Excited to be here, dude.
Yeah,
This will be fun. I'm really excited to see these two teams face off. You know, we saw honestly like a super different game, not even the most different game plan, but just like a radically different game from what we saw out of friggin' Flex Panther as opposed to last week. Like Tree was on his game, but I think even if Salvo was still getting his feet underneath him in the jungle role, we really saw them kind of take off and just kind of take command of a lot of stuff, and that was really entertaining to watch. Also, love to see the ASOL ban here
yep,
after last game.
yeah. I mean, that was, yeah, ASOL, perennially, been blue side first pick by a lot of these teams, but Bestis did play just a phenomenal game on that, and wow, we just blast through these. We see that Caitlyn is prio, actually, over the Jinx. Lazy and Tree have only been playing Thresh Jinx pretty much in these picked games, but with no hesitation, we see Hecarim Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz picked for Phoenix Blaze to take away from Renai's circulation. Um,
I think I like that pick. I think I also like Rakan for Tree here. You know, it's another playmaking support. It's something that he can get in and do some disruption. And if he plays anywhere close to the level that he was playing in the last game that we saw earlier tonight, I'm excited to see what kind of bullshit he can pull on this champion.
oh yeah, and we're gonna see Trundle. Presumably that will be for Tank Axe in the jungle again. Uh, we were not prepared. People were not prepared for that. We had the roster swap. Speaking of roster swaps going on here, we are seeing some potential spiciness from Zed Sweaty Asol here. There is, as you know, my Wang does not play Hecarim. That is
He does not play
Numbnuts
Hecarim.
making his SBL debut on the Hecarim here.
So that means we're going to see a My Wang top. I'm assuming
Yep.
we've got Phoenix Blaze on the Vel'Koz in the mid there. So I guess with what we're seeing now, with kind of them taking the, I don't know, little bit tankier jungle on the side of Flex Panther here. What do you think? Where do you think Wang slots into this with his top pick? I'm really interested to see what it is. I mentioned this earlier to you, but I know that he's been kind of solo queuing a bunch of different roles. I know that he's been playing. He was really enjoying Silas mid. He's been really enjoying a lot of stuff. So what do you want to see out of him in this kind of off the wall role swap that I don't think a lot of us were expecting going into tonight?
Yeah, so My Wang does have some experience in the top lane previously. We've had a Flex 5 team like a year and a half ago that we were playing, and he was just playing top lane for it at the time.
Tire me.
He's got like a decent pool. Nothing like crazy, though. The champion he's got the most reps on in that top lane is probably Malphite. But he does play a bit of Mordekaiser as well. He's got some games on that in his match history here.
The Olaf ban is a little bit interesting then. Like, even if you look at his match history for what he has played with top lane, then are they
I mean,
just
he just-
scared
so
of him potentially pulling it out?
Olaf's very, very strong. We've seen ThunderCunt play it. Like, Olaf is a top tier top laner right now.
Very
and
true.
he's and the worst part is if it is the scariest thing if you're playing as a top laner where you're not very comfortable with the lane, because Olaf's power is entirely front loaded. He's a complete early game champion.
No, that's a very good
And
call.
he falls off super hard late. And so, but the fact that he's like test tier means is like he is just able to smash those games open. And so he's like, I want to play it safe here. Now, I'm not too high on the Ezreal pick here.
Yeah, the Ezreal's kind of interesting. I'm assuming John has something in his back pocket for that, though. I mean, realistically, we have arguably the two best bot lanes in the league here with
Oh, without a doubt.
with
Yeah.
without a doubt. And I'm are there it's kind of it's a little bit of a safe pick. I think maybe John just wants a little bit
I mean,
extra
it is
mobility
very, It
there.
is very much a
Um,
safe pick, but the thing is, it is a lower damage AD carry by
It's
comparison.
very true.
And so I mean, they do have this Hecarim here, but there's a couple beefy boys here, like Trundle and Cho'Gath. Ezreal's not going to be cutting them down very quickly.
No, not really. And to your point about it being a lower damage champion too, I'm kind of interested with
The Urgot.
how they're. Ooh, all right, all right. Let's see some Wang Urgot. Pull me into that stomach, dude.
Yeah, that is going to be an interesting thing. I am so curious to see how this is going to go. you have a brand new jungler here. You get my
Mm-hmm.
wing in the top lane. I mean, the rest of this we got like a clash of like the two best bots. Um, it's gonna be a very very interesting way to see how this plays out. Because when you look at this Flex Panther team, they got smashed in scrims apparently by these guys, but like I think they've found their footing because their team is just a bunch of stacked lanes, and then they have like an alright jungle, and that's a great place to be.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like you
And
can really hide, you can really cover your jungler by just having strong lanes.
absolutely. I'm really curious as to the decision, like what their overall game plan is, putting with John being, their probably their best player, probably between John and Wang there, but arguably their best player in his favored role being on a lower damage champion. Are they looking to do a little bit more with I don't know, playing around the map. I mean, they don't have any globals. They have a little bit less experienced jungler on something that usually ends up, if you don't play well on Hecarim, I feel like you can fall off super hard, and then you're basically just a fear bot and do nothing else.
I mean,
So
yeah, you do have the failsafe of just being able to engage via Fearbot. Like, you're not totally useless if things go completely sideways, right?
absolutely. What does Numbnuts OPGG look like? I wonder. I actually haven't looked at that anytime recently because I wasn't sure that. How do you spell that? Is it numb with
It's
an?
NUMN space NUTTS.
Okay, that's what I
Yep.
thought. Silver
Yep.
10 LP. Um,
He also has
right.
a Smurf account that's /mute all with a 5 for the first S, and that has Hecarim. He's got 7 games of Hecarim, 3 and 4 on it. But this is one of his more played jungles.
Yeah, I mean, we can. He's
Um,
got 12 games played on Hecarim on his main.
yeah.
Obviously he's got his nonsense Teemo he's apparently become known for that he likes to pull out from time to time. But Hecarim being a little bit higher up, maybe it's a comfort pick for him. I mean, like you were saying, even if everything goes up shit's creek, he's still got the ability to engage and disrupt a little bit. If they get into those team fight situations, I think the thing I'm most worried about for Zed Sweaty Asol is having to get through that thick ass front line that's there. I mean, and they have so much CC on the side of the team with the knockup in the silence from Cho'Gath, the knockup from Rakan. Again, assuming Tree is playing anywhere close to the level that he was playing in the previous game. You've got ball and ball delivery. Like it's I'm interested.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing to this team is like, it's a very much this uh Sweaty Zed City Isol team is very much a solo queue comp. These guys are comfortable. This is a bunch of, hey, this is what we're comfortable with.
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
And that was a
this is
point
how
that
we're gonna
Swift
make it
made.
work.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a point that Swift made last week on the after show, right? Was that if you try and play towards what is meta and try and
Oh,
come
yeah.
up with a synergistic team that does all these different things, but nobody's comfortable on the champions that you're on at the level not we, I don't play, I fucking suck, but the level that you guys play at, it's something where being comfortable on something is in a lot of cases worth so much more than playing something that is quote unquote the correct decision to make.
Yeah, that said, though, I'm not sure how I feel about their comp. I think it's going to be like they're going to have to rely on some scrappy skirmishing fights.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
like they're like this is like unless they get way ahead, they're not winning the front to back team fights. But that's fine. Like you just have to make sure you're playing around, not having a front to back team fight.
No, absolutely. Just saw a message from Wang, Joey, and Tree in Twitch chat saying that Wang pointed out that we're stuck at 100% loading in. I mean, I know that's still in the future a little bit, but I don't know how quickly we're going to be getting into this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's Spectator was having the classic issue where it was stuck at black screen trying to load in. It finally just popped for me here. Um,
I am on
oh,
the loading screen and looking at
yep.
these beautiful I don't think I've actually seen the Stone Chaos Oriana skin before,
It's a
but
good
this
skin.
is gorgeous.
Interesting. What the? Oh, my elite client is very mad.
Uh-oh.
Yep, there we go. Okay, well, it's just going to chill at 0%, and it's going to minimize and maximize a few times.
All right.
Yeah. It can be a great time. So, spectator client scuffed. Welcome to the SBL. How can we have good production value when Riot doesn't give us the ability to have that?
Hey, with you and me, we have great production value no matter what
Oh,
happens.
yeah, we do. It's going to be, I would say, we're just going to have to sit here, hang out, and talk a little bit. Nothing bad with that. The interesting thing here that I'm like the other thing I'm really interested to see in this top lane is just how MyWay's going to make on his debut. He's played a lot of the Urgot before on that aforementioned flex team. I'm super curious to see how he's going to go. Thundercunt's been playing some pretty good tanks in the top lane lately. He's been a consistent force in the top lane.
Well, I just got an error. Unable to download spectator data. The game will now exit.
All right. We are going to go ahead and we're going to just switch to the between games. You guys can still hear us talking. We're going to figure out what the heck is going on.
Let's see if I can I reconnect?
Yeah, we're going to take a look here. Give it a shot with the reconnect.
As Joey said, ruh-roh.
Yeah, ruh-roh indeed.
Oh. I mean, I'm at the loading screen on reconnect, but I have 0 ping.
Yep.
Oh, I'm in game.
You're in game?
I'm in game?
I'm still working on it, but hopefully that will make for a good time. I'm at loading screen with 0%. All right.
Yes, Joey, as Joey said.
That's Swift that said that.
Oh, it was. I just saw the A and the rest of it. And honestly, I wasn't reading or, thinking in my head that, hey, Joey's in this game. He's probably not in Twitch yet.
Okay. Excellent. I am in.
Okay. I am... I can see the player bars. I can't see anything else. It is just black for me.
Yep, classic. What you're going to do is you're going to hit the play button, and then you're going to click on the time bar.
Okay. Oh.
Yep. And you got some stuff now?
Yeah, trying to see... Okay, people are moving. All right,
cool. So here's what we're going to do. Go ahead and put yourself to 5 seconds on the timer.
5 seconds.
And pause it, set the time there. We're going to get linked up.
Okay, pause at 5.
Cool. And we're going to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And we are on to the Rift.
Holy shit, we made it.
We have a spectator. We got some players. It's the League client. It's had issues for 15 years. The game's only been out for 14. But we will persevere.
It's classic,
yeah,
high quality production.
Oh yeah, so the reason why this is called the Batty League, for everyone who doesn't know, is not because the players are bad, it is because the League client is bad.
So it's just perennially the Batty League.
Yeah, and no matter how good, we could all be a challenger, and you know what? This is still going to be the Batty League. That's just how it goes. As we go ahead, little skirmish here, little fight over vision, but
oh, you got the objective timers up there, Tim, buddy?
We will get those up. Interface. Where is that? If not, I'll
I don't know.
Check in my head. We'll be fine.
I just clicked on the little eyes. Otherwise, I can call those out too.
No,
I mean,
there we go. Cool. Yeah, there we are.
Got her?
Yeah, we got him.
Let's go.
We got him. All right. I totally forgot about that with all the scuffed stuff going on.
Oh, absolutely. We're a little bit distracted here.
Yeah, that we are.
Nothing much to speak of early game. Just a little bit of light poking from the side of Renai circulation.
Yeah. No. Just the classic little scrap for some vision. We got some jungle camps here. Interesting to note though is that we do have split starts. Numbnut starting off with the Wraiths, going Wraith Red, and we will see Tank Axe starting on bottom half, so hopefully we'll get to see a bit of double gank action here as these junglers work their way to the opposite ends of the map.
You love to see it. I'm going to be keeping my eyes on my Wang on top here. I want to see this Urgot. I want to see him really show us what he's got. I tried to make a shitty pun, and you know what?
Here comes the early gank onto him. Numbnuts coming through, doing top half right in. Thundercunt's gonna get pushed back. My Wang going to do the charge forward, but a nice flash out will guarantee that he escapes with his life.
Love to see the flash blown. Love to see not much burn, not many resources burned from the side of my Wang.
No, yeah, that's cannot argue with that. An early flash burn. Meanwhile, Trundle going to make his turn on to Phoenix Place in the mid, but no summoners are blown there. Both of these players opting into barrier and heal, so double defensive summoners means I expect that this lane will be a farm off in terms of the majority of the trades.
Yeah, I think that's what we expected to see coming into this, right? With the, like we were talking about, with the Nami Ezreal playing pretty safe. And as I say that, we've got an early trade on there. But actually, Tree walks away a little bit more damage than anything. My God, look at that poke damage coming in from the Ezreal.
Yeah, he's got the Conqueror stacked. No, sorry, press attack stacked and online. Q's coming out, but a little bit of extra greed here makes sure that he ends up making that trade a little more even than it was looking like it was going to be at the beginning.
Yeah, maybe a little bit greedy and unnecessary, but still looking really good for the Ezreal being able to show the Caitlyn what's up early on.
Yeah, these aggressive trades coming through. You don't expect Ezreal Nami to be the lane that is a driving aggression, but not for that right now. Trundle coming around for a second pass. Chomp coming through, a nice flash from Phoenix Blaze over the pillar to make sure he is out.
Definitely unnecessary flash there out of him. You know, you don't want to see the Vel'Koz go down too early and let the Orianna have absolute free reign of mid.
Yeah, it's a great example there of where sometimes it's just better to burn the flash earlier. If you try and burn barrier, he could have probably burned barrier and walked that out and survived. But in the same then he has to immediately recall and he just loses map pressure. But enough of that. Once again, bot going in aggressively. Respect burning the heal, but the tower shot's going to turn the tide over. First blood for Lazy Laz.
Little bit greedy there, Respect. I mean, I definitely saw what he was going for. I think he almost had it. It was just, it was a game of inches.
He's tilted. You see it there. Longest tower shot
NA. All right, he just needs to get in his groove. He's gonna find his place.
Yeah, one way or the other, he will find his place. Be it at the top or the bottom of the pantheon. But once again, very, very gank-heavy game here. As Numbnuts looking again for a repeat gank. Wants to get it before that flash is down. Ghost coming in. The knockback going to come out right outside the tower, but there's not going to be enough CC for tower shots coming through, and Thundercunt finding himself very comfortable after that gank.
Yeah, that was a really well-placed Q out of the Cho'Gath there, you know, getting the knockup, buying himself just enough time, and then letting them stick around a little bit to take a few greedy bits of extra damage there was quite well played from him. You know, and we can see the different focus of the teams here, you know, with oh shit, ooh.
Oh, it's like no flash up for Thundercunt though means that Wang will be able to stay safe, but he is sticking around. This greedy man wants to see if he can mop up the rest of his wave, but he is flirting with death.
He has a large amount of belief in his own skill, as do I.
Yeah, there you go. And he walks it all the way back, playing it. Changed his mind. He's like, never mind, I'm not worth it. Not worth it.
We can see a little bit of different focus coming out from both teams here. I mean, we've seen two ganks coming to the top from the side of Zed Sweaty Asol, really wanting to let the Urgot maybe not even get him ahead, but let him have an easier time with everything, and just trusting on the strength of John and Joey in the bot lane, Respect and Albino Joe, letting them take care of everything that they need to. And for the most part, other than that early little bit too aggressive trade, they've been holding their own.
I think part of it as well is that there's actually just not a lot of... Oh, not that though. Tankax coming in, Pillar coming in behind Nami. Joey's going to find himself in trouble. He does not have Flash, and Tankax will secure the kill.
Oh my God, is that what the fucking caster curse feels like?
Oh,
the first time I opened my mouth about Oh, and the gank comes bot, and we see him die.
Yep, it's the caster curse right there.
Oh
and I was
my
thinking,
God.
Like, right before that, I was gonna say, I mean, despite the fact that John had a death here, that the farm was basically even here. But a nice gank from Tankax will secure a kill and dragon. And the interesting thing here, Shogoth opting for the Lost Chapter over the like a Giant Spell or Kittle Gem, so that means we will be seeing him go towards Everfrost. Whether it's full AP Cho or the hybrid Cho build, we'll see. But we're going to see a little more damage and a little less tankiness than you normally expect. This Joey finding himself in danger once again.
We see the ignite out of tree. We see Joey go down. I mean, that was exactly what I was talking about pregame.
But now Numbnuts coming in here. He's going for a repeat gank. Thundercut's gonna land, and he's gonna get the feast though on a My Wang before Numbnuts is able to do anything. Damage coming through. Thundercut finding himself in danger, but a nice knockup could be able to kite this out. And Numbnuts opting to not chase here. Just unbelievably unfortunate timing.
Yeah, that was just some really shit timing on their part. I mean, from like a macro standpoint, you know, going top right after you lose the bot lane, not too bad. But to the earlier point that I was going to talk about before we keep having fights break out here was exactly what I wanted to see.
Oh my god, Thundercut's going to find another here. And just unbelievable.
Again.
He catches out Numbnuts trying to do his Stone Bros camp, and he's just going to get to walk out. This man can't keep getting away with this because something needs to go right here.
We see the flash. We see the flash in from tree in the attempt to knock Joey up on the Nami in the bottom lane. Almost got worth it. I think he's I think he's playing with house money at this point with how he's feeling and the kind of the confidence that he's got on the recon.
Yeah.
Oh
my god, he's on a killing spree.
He
hasn't even recalled yet. The Ezreal will land, but it won't be enough. And just like that, this top lane has just gotten way out of control.
My god.
That is 3 kills in the last, like, minute and a half.
It's pretty dangerous for this Shogath, especially if, like you said, we're seeing a little bit more of an AP. Okay, we got a good ult coming in from the Vel'Koz. Numbnuts coming in on the Hecarim. Can he take down Tankax? Does he have the damage?
Whew!
Let's go. Phoenix Blade secures that for Zed Sweaty Asol. Doesn't look like Numbnuts is going to burn down from that. We take those.
Yeah, Numbnuts escaping by the edge of those hoofs. That Hecarim running out of there mighty quick. But that will put Zed Sweaty Asol on the board.
Joey a little bit down on XP here from the deaths. Not seeing him at 6 yet. I haven't seen any Nami waves, obviously. But that maybe I'll actually have an opportunity to make the point that I was trying to make twice already, is that, you know, we saw a little bit of cocky aggression coming up from Tree, the flash in and the attempt to get Joey up, but we really are seeing what I wanted to see out of a good playmaking support like Rakan. Tree's ability to go in, get those knockups, you know, he's helped secure a number of the kills that have happened bot lane, and he's just looking very confident on the squirrely little feather cloak fucker.
Yeah. No, Tree and Lazy, whatever kinks they had in their game plan last week, clearly ironed all out. They have been firing on all cylinders all night. And speaking of firing on all cylinders, Thundercunt here, just going to say, hey, you're ganking me? No. Turn around. He almost had a horse for dinner right there.
No kidding. Thundercunt's looking super comfortable on this Shogath. I mean, especially being 3-0-0, being up 21 CS, like you're in a very comfortable spot. But just his placement of all of his abilities, how he's been playing the champion, he looks at home here.
Oh yeah, I mean, in this that's like, in terms of like what Zed's Sweaty Asol is, that's exactly what he sees. A Hecarim ult's coming through. Numbnut's gonna get the fear onto here, but Thundercunt's just gonna be able to walk his way out. Everfrost Root will land, put a bit of pain here onto Numbnuts, and all of a sudden, Cho'Gath's looking once again for a tasty snack.
The amount of damage that he can just turn around, just drop the Q, just hit him a little bit, and then suddenly, hey, there's 2/3 of your health bar gone.
Yeah, and I mean, it's insane how much pressure has been applied to him, and that he is still this far ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with going a little bit, you know, the build that you were talking about, not really being too scared of the Urgot, it doesn't seem. Just going a more
he's here to do
aggressive build
damage,
at the beginning.
and he is all for it.
He is being quite successful in that. What do we got? 2 plates up top here as well.
Yep. 2 plates up top.
then-
Herald potentially going to be climbing more. We see Tank Axe waiting in the wings here, but right now Tree's going to find himself a mid over, but the quickness will be faster than the wave, and he's going to dart out the safety. Meanwhile, My Wang finding himself in a sticky situation here. He's trying to put some damage on a Tank Axe. Herald's going to charge in, get some plates, and he'll put off the Herald here.
Well, he saves the tower with the barest bit of health, and honestly for My Wang, being in that position, being dove 2v1, the Rift Herald dropped on top of you, and where you are at in lane, that's about all you can ask for at this point.
I mean, yeah, his
just
team gets
saving
Dragon
whatever
off
life
that,
you can.
right?
Yeah,
Tank
you
Axe on the top
absolutely
lane,
take that.
good macro here from... Oh my goodness. Okay, for a second, I thought for a second that was an Ezreal. I thought that was a steal for a second. I was like, oh my god, what? But no. We are super fine. My eyes deceived me.
Clutch bubble out of Albino Joe to help ensure that it is all the more difficult for the Xmas tree to get in and attempt to steal that dragon.
Yeah, clean dragon here. Gets them on the dragon board. Nice little bit of macro, making sure, you know, even when things are lost, that they're not losing everything. But My Wang flashing out the safety, dashes out. That will be enough. Numbnuts looking to see if he can get anything here on the bot lane. The Fear's going to be able to push Xmas Tree away, but he'll be able to dash right back. And now Laser has Gale forcing forward, but realizing he does not want to flash back.
You know, for how that gank started from the hacker room just being a little bit too far forward from Respect and Albino Joe not looking like they're ready to pounce on that, being able to get the flash out of the Caitlyn there, you absolutely take that trade for a quick trip down bot lane for the hacker room.
Yeah, no, that's what was looking like just a failed gank at first turned around to be quite nice. They got Laser Lass's flash, got a bit of damage here, sets them up for lane prio. And like despite it all, there's been a couple hiccups here in the favor of Z20 Aesol, and okay, I might have spoke a little too soon. His TP is coming through.
Saves Albino Joe.
Yeah, but Thundercut's coming in. He is hungry. That is a fast Drogon, and he is on a rampage. The quickness comes through onto Respect, but that'll not be enough. Thundercut's going to tank this out. And
you see them just a little bit too far forward, not able to get back in time with that TP coming in.
Yeah, that was, I mean, right at 14 minutes. That teleport was not unleashed for much longer, but Numbnut's going to go ahead, going to get a gank, putting his time in on her nice circulation, but Ghost will not be enough to find something here. Now Tank Axe finds him, Pillar coming through. Numbnut's finding himself in danger. Dissonance will land, slow down, but the horse is quick.
And we see him run away relatively unscathed.
Yeah. With his life at the very least. Little health damage, but you know, a quick trip to base can patch you right up.
Yeah, not too bad on that. Looking at CS across the board here, actually impressively, Respect still up on CS. We'd take him being up a wave, you know, considering how the bot lane has been going for them.
Lazy will probably close that gap to about 4 minions right here, but it's, I mean, yeah, despite the fact that like they've been having a couple hiccups here, they've gotten ganked a bit more often, successfully and unsuccessfully, TPs and all that. Being up a wave, that's not a terrible spot to be. Unfortunately, they have not been able to build momentum elsewhere on the map for the amount of pressure that their bot lane has been soaking.
And we see Thundercons just posturing aggressively here towards the Urgot, walking at him menacingly. And that's pretty much all that he needs to do at this point in the game, right?
Numbnut's coming in for a fight, but you don't want that, my man. This man is level 12.
Oh,
you are level 9. Yeah, and he has to ult away to safety. The ult was not up at the time, and that's the only thing that saved his life. Now Tank Axe, though, finding himself in a lot of danger. Premature flash, but a nice pillar will be able to buy some time, but they'll cast Disintegration Wave.
Oh, we love to see that bubble out of Albino Joe.
Oh my god, but a fat shockwave going to secure that Albino Joe kill.
I think if you're Z20 Aesol and you catch out the Trundle a little bit there, you know, the Trundle that's been up to that point performing relatively well, you take the 1-for-1 trade onto your Nami.
Oh,
you're not too mad about that.
No, you're not too mad about that at all. Nami was 0-3 at the time as well, so Nami is worth less gold. But the downside here is that Respect is very low, and Lazy Lass is on a killing spree.
Oh, you see that headshot damage coming in.
Very nice. Built up the headshot and quick little Gale Force Alto, and down goes Respect.
My Wang teleporting bottom in an effort to save the tower, knowing that there's not a whole lot that he's going to do to save a bunch of tower health against that Cho'Gath in the top lane off of Thundercon.
Yeah, Cho'Gath once again finding it, and the feast will be up, and he is unstoppable. The Cho grows bigger.
Thundercon's just kind of having his way with everything right now. I mean, 500 sitting on a 550 gold bounty on his head.
Yeah.
That's got to be terrifying to watch that dinosaur walk at you.
5.5k gold difference in this game. 4.5 of that, almost 5, is on Thundercon versus My Wang right now.
That's not surprising based on, just how we've seen the Cho'Gath be able to turn some stuff around.
Yeah.
Kind of just really eating some horse for dinner tonight, or maybe, a very late dinner.
Yeah, the entire rest of the gold lead is on Lazy Lazo for Respect. But yeah, this is just a monstrous Cho'Gath. Opting in now for the Demonic Embrace. He's going for a lot of damage with this build.
Going to be a very, very terrifying Cho'Gath already at... Did I see 3.1k health already on that Cho'Gath?
3.2 now. He just got another...
3.2.
He's got 6 feast stacks already. He just got to Devour the Dragon there for another stack.
That's a terrifying Tyrannosaurus Rex in a top hat. My God.
That is a big old T-Rex void monster. As we're starting to see turrets starting to fall here. We see pings going down for Rift Herald as well. Cho'Gath wants it. He goes, hey, those are stacks that don't count towards my limit. I want to have a lot of stacks here. I want to be nice and big. As
You see Numbnuts posturing a little bit, but unfortunately, Thundercon has found him once again, and Numbnuts has apparently learned his lesson from some of the previous ones and run away.
There is just nothing that he can do against this Cho right now.
Nothing. The CC doesn't last long enough. He turns around, silences him, knocks him up, chomp, chomp, chomp.
Yeah, exactly. And just like that, it's, mail-ordered. As we will see the Herald going over onto Thundercon. He's going to go ahead and pick that up. Get another stack for his troubles. He's up to 7 now, I believe? No. 6 still. Okay, he didn't ult that Herald.
6 still.
I guess he did not ult Herald.
Yep. It's like ult is up. Ult is up and available for the con. I think at this point, you're 5-0-0. You've got a big old dinosaur dick on you. I think you're just saving that ult to surprise the shit out of one of the carries. Take out Phoenix, take out Respect, walk at them, end their lives. Yeah,
it's one of those things, though, that if he was able to get that, beast off there, he just, he walks back and he recalls if the cooldown's coming up by that is just free health that he's missing out. But, oh my goodness, Disintegration Ray coming out, put out a lot of damage. Lazy Lies forced to heal. As we're seeing a good old-fashioned NA Ram.
You love to see it.
Numbnuts looking here on the flank. Tree's going to find a very nice knock-up here. Wave coming through as well, but a Shockwave's going to find 3. Numbnuts picking up Lazy Lies in the back, and he's still doing damage. There's a double kill underneath the tower. Renai Circulation putting out some damage, but it is not enough. And all in this fight is a 2-for-1 currently in favor of ZSA. But Thundercon looking for some knockups. He wants to find something, but right now he's getting kited out. Just cannot find something to stick.
Not only a 2-for-1, but again, we see Tree in his favorite domain of taking the kills away from the rest of the team. 203 on that Rakan, and we still see 001 on the Orianna. The Caitlyn has some kills, but you would have rather a bit of that gold, a bit of that power go to somebody that's not your slippery, slidey knockout bot.
Oh, a very nice dive from Numbnuts there. Deleting Lazy Laz before he even knew what happened. He had a chance to flash, but he just immediately comes in with fear. But oh my goodness, Thundercon, he finds one more snack, saying, "I am the superior void monster."
That he is. A terrifying void monster. We see Numbnuts going in an attempt to interrupt, but just losing all of his life, and my fucking god, he gets deleted. That was an aggressive attempt to interrupt the Rift Herald there.
Yeah, and it did not work out for them. Numbnuts throwing away his dying breath to stop the Herald, but the Herald marched on. And this pinging the Cho'Gath has a 700 gold bounty. He might have caught on.
Not a situation you want to be in as the red side here.
No, that is a very, very scary Cho'Gath, and he's picked up a Sunfire Cape to go with all that health. He's finally picking up some tank. He thought he was hard to kill before. Now he's got armor to pair with it. And he's
recognizing
just, and he's just a throwing picker.
He's he's already a force to be reckoned with the amount that he's ahead with the completed items on his side. I mean, let's look at the
3 complete items in 23 minutes.
That is
By
horrifically
Wang
terrifying.
And Numbnuts don't have their mythics yet.
Neither does Respect, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Respect is not either. Yeah. Obviously, all those champions are people that are going legendaries first, but like, none of those people have 2 items complete. Thundercunt has 3.
Really a scary, scary spot, especially for a team that's going to have difficulty just outright killing him. You're not going to be able to CC him long enough. You don't really have the poke to take him down. It's going to take a well-coordinated effort on the side of Zed Sweaty Asol to be able to get themselves out of the spot that they find themselves in.
Yeah, and a bit of aggressive posturing here around the Baron, but not going to find anything. Meanwhile, off-screen, Tank Axe here, ticking away at this dragon. It's just about to go down. There we go. That'll put them up for their 3rd dragon of the game.
We got Soul coming up next on the next dragon spawn. I think I feel like you almost have to contest that as Zed Sweaty Asol, and that feels like a fight that you don't want to take at this point.
It's the rough spot, but that's the point of the dragon. Sometimes you gotta force them to you gotta force the fight. Infernal Soul is very powerful.
Terrifying.
And oh no, Joey finding himself in a very dangerous position. Shrelly's coming out, and wow, he is gone.
Goodbye.
Thundercutt's casually going godlike here, 7-0-1.
Joey just trying to do his due diligence as a support, get down some of the vision. I mean, you can see they're basically blind in the top side of the map, right? Actually,
they are
scratch
blind.
that. They are basically blind everywhere.
Yeah.
They have 2 wards that aren't in a lane right now. Not where you want to be when you have so many threats on the other team that you have to contend with at this point.
No, and we start to see the siege posting up again. People on top, people in mid. Lays eyes down to hold the fort. A Shockwave's going to find my wing, but a nicely buffered flash. Not going to be enough. As Thundercunt, he feasts once more. That is 9 stacks on the Cho.
My goodness. On the 4 points, almost 3k health Cho'Gath there.
Yeah. Oh, but he's going to be forced to flash. A Disintegration Wave and a lot of damage from Zed Sweaty Asol. Going to be enough to spook him there. Tank Axe finding he might have bitten off a little more than he should. Numbnuts looking to come through here. Lots of damage coming back and forth there. Orianna shield and distance plus flash though will make sure that they are all out safely.
Well, Blab definitely has not been, on the carrying side of the team, honestly, because he doesn't need to this game.
No.
But his control of the map and his control of his teammates, his assistance with them, with the shielding, with the dissonance, with those shockwaves, has been impactful basically every time that he's done it. Every shockwave that he's done, we've seen them get something out of it, and that's something that you really love to see out of the Orianna.
Consistently in the right place in the right time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's one of those things that being carried is a skill. And when your bot lane is big and your top lane is even bigger, sometimes your job is just to be the role filler, and you're just here to make sure things go smoothly.
So on the side of Zed Sweaty Asol, Tim, having been in this situation before, having played League of Legends and been down by this amount, what path do you think that they have for victory? What is their how do they move forward from here?
This is like, while definitely a dire situation, this game is totally able to be returned. Like, they can totally get back into this game here. 10k pretty big. Right now, Baron. Here's a great example of it. Thundercunt not there. If he doesn't go ahead and force a TP, if they don't force a TP out of him, okay, there it is. He's TPing in. But a really easy example is that if they kill Thundercunt and they just snag a Baron, that right there is a 3k gold swing just off of that.
Thundercunt coming in ghosted a little bit there. You love to see my Wang, while he is down a little bit, you love to see his ability to dodge those Cho knockups. Can't imagine the situation he would find himself in if he didn't have his dash buffered very well. Looking comfortable on that aspect of the air god for sure.
Yeah, very much looking comfortable on that, but it's just one of those things where he was looking very comfortable in the lane until things went sideways, and then it just went so downhill. It just went
sideways.
Yeah, it was one of those things. Everything was looking good, and then all of a sudden it was like, wait, oh no, what happened? And he died twice. Jungler also died, and then we started creating the monstrosity, the terror of the top lane. As I was just talking about, though, there is 5 members on here. The wave coming out will find it. Slow's coming down. Cho'Gath finding himself in a very dangerous situation.
We see some damage coming down to him. The Heckler
piling
coming
on.
in.
He's going to do a lot of damage to Numbnuts with the feast, but shut down on my Wang. That's
that is
1,000 gold. But meanwhile, we have Flex Panther barreling down the mid lane, opting to go ahead, take a turret, take an inhibitor. Drake's up in 30 seconds, but Cho'Gath will not be alive. This is a chance for Zed Sweaty Asoul to contest, get a dragon, prevent the soul point, but they have to be quick.
We see the pings coming out from Albino
Yep.
Joe on that,
Numbnuts
recognizing
on the wrong
timer.
side of the map here. He's clearing vision, but Dragon's in 3 seconds.
Oh,
And, no, a massive shockwave's going to find everyone.
No.
Risqueck's the only one who's safe.
Disaster.
And just an absolute disaster. A triple kill from Lazy Les. You thought you had a break. You took down the terror of the top lane, but you forgot that this Caitlyn is still absolutely massive.
They sniffed that out like a goddamn bloodhound, knowing exactly where they were going to come down. And again, we go back to the unfortunate lack of vision that Zed Sweaty Asoul had pretty much across the map at that time, not being able to see them setting up for anything, not being able to see the shockwave coming out. Though once again, as I pointed out before, some control of the enemy team from Renai circulation, being able to, I mean, that one was pretty easy. I'm not saying that was anything amazing, but impactful Orianna ults consistently out of Renai circulation.
And an Infernal Soul here, right into the Baron, and that's backbreaking. That right there, that right there is a backbreaker. They had a chance. They had their chance there. They got Thunder pick. They had a chance to have a fair dragon fight.
I am curious what Numbnuts was doing at the top of the map at that point. You had 5 seconds on Dragon Spawn, and it just kind of seemed like he was concerned about the Baron that wasn't relevant at that point in time.
There was some really big miscommunication there on the team. Someone called Baron, someone called Dragon, and they just split. And I don't know who makes that call on the team, but it's one of those things that it looks really awkward when you have 4 go one way and 1 go the other.
Flex Panther just kind of having their run of the map at this point, just being able to casually walk around, clear up some jungle, get some vision, do whatever it is they damn well please at this point. We see them posturing bot lane, got a wave crashing in with them.
1-3-1, and oh my goodness, Joey just getting dropped.
That damage from Lazy Les.
Dissonance combo from Renai to take him halfway, and then the other half just from the headshot from downtown.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like you were saying before, you know, we've been focused on the Cho'Gath the entire time, just being ahead by so much and having that damn near godlike body on him, only being able to be brought down when the rest of the entire team is grouped up. But Lazy Les just quietly doing basically infinite fuck all damage to whatever he damn well pleases, sitting at 7-1-5 on the Caitlyn with a decent chunk of CS, even with the amount of kills he's been getting.
We see Zed Sweaty Asoul's base just getting destroyed left and right. The bottom inhibitor has joined the middle one. Super streaming into the base. Thundercunt doing work, taking out the last top tower.
I'm not going to lie, I want to see them overstep here. I want to see them go in super hard on the Nexus turrets. I want to see a miraculous play out of Zed Sweaty Asol, keep the game going just a little bit longer, and give us what we want to see out of some Batty League games. Unfortunately, it looks like they're playing it pretty safe, just getting in some show knockups, though again, we see Wang get his way out of that. He's, again, been pretty consistent about that so far, but...
Yeah, but these towers are going down left and right, and the invade comes through, Numbnuts going for it. Not going to be able to find enough. A couple flashes burnt, but it's not enough to happen here. My Wang going down. Thundercut, the Feast won't get the stack, but it will get the kill as Numbnuts trying to run away for his life. Joey throwing the bubble. Thundercut taking a lot of damage, but their towers are falling down. Respect picks up a kill. It's a lot of gold, but his Nexus is exposed. He's still trying to put out damage, but down goes Zed Sweaty Asol.
Whew. You saw the little bit of the desperation play coming out from Zed Sweaty Asol at the end there, you know, really recognizing that if they didn't do something, if they didn't pull the trigger at that point, there was absolutely no hope left, and because they were just going to walk at them menacingly and finish them off.
Yeah, and oh my god, that man topped the damage charts. Thundercut's top of the damage charts.
9-2-1 with 25.6k champ damage on the 4,700-ish. I didn't look at the end. I'm just guessing. The whatever-ish health Cho'Gath, just absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, looking very, very strong there.
We can see one interesting thing we can see from the champ damage is the amount of just random snipes that Lazy Laz got, only sitting at 15.7k champ damage, but a ridiculous scoreline at 8-1 and 5. He's just getting in there, getting that headshot damage, getting those snipes, some of the ones that we saw onto Albino Joe throughout the match. But, unfortunate for the new composition. Well, not new to at least the stage of Batty League on Tuesday nights. The new composition out of Zed Sweaty Asol, trying to switch it up, trying something different. It looks like they might have to go back to the drawing board a little bit. We did see, you know, some really good holding of the ground, both from, I mean, only two deaths on the Ezreal from Skrekk, you know, really holding trying to hold his own. 3 deaths on my Wang, 5 deaths on my Wang, 3 deaths on Phoenix Blaze after getting pushed in the entire game. You know, they tried to do everything they can to play it safe. Unfortunately, the Cho'Gath had other plans for them.
Yeah, and I mean, it's gonna make for a interesting season. We got 2 teams at 2-1, 2 teams at 1-2. We'll have a whole bunch more to talk about that. We're going to cut the stream here for a few minutes, though, and we will be back with the Batty breakdown shortly. So stay tuned, everyone. We will see you in a bit.